Good morning. The time is 9:30 exactly. If you've seen the previous video, it was 8:30 exactly when I set off in the EV. So, and then that took an hour to charge in Uvascular, and in the last trip I made it all the way to Uvascular, didn't I? I didn't even need to charge before that. And it was basically an hour charging in Uvascular, and then 17 minutes in Aura when I had my croissant and butter eyeball. So that's what we got to contend with today. So we've started an hour later, but theoretically, because we don't have to charge this, we should get home exactly the same time. So let's see if that indeed transpires. It's another glorious day. We're gonna have to fuel up quite soon. That fuel light is gonna come on soon. Okay, gonna hit the road. Just had my cheeseburger for breakfast, don't ask. And I haven't had my coffee yet, so we'll stop at Cheese Gateway, Porty, and get me usual coffee. Which is that's quite a while away, but I feel good right now. It's starting quite late at 9:30 because I was so tired last night. Got the hotel at 12:30, and then I was editing the video, yesterday's video, till about 4 a.m. Being a YouTuber is hard work. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye for now. Okay, the fuel light just came on. That didn't take long. I was hoping to get a bit further than that. 600 kilometers exactly. So 600 kilometers range. I've got to find a garage to fill up now. Oh man, not many on this section. Range anxiety in my diesel. Lovely day though. -12, -13. It's cold but lovely and sunny. Can really feel the heat of the sun on my jumper. I'm super warm. Engine's warmed up already, so the van's warm. It's got underfloor heating in this van. It's very, very good van. Okay, bye for now. Okay, we found a petrol station, SEO petrol station. So no range anxiety. We made it. Not a bad price, all things considered. $1.50 a litre. It was $1.68 in eniro, wasn't it? So not too bad. Okay, let's see what the damage is on this one. Oh, I've got to hold this one. Flip's sake. 75 litres, 112 euros. But now we know we'll get 600 kilometers. Out of it. Let's just check the map and see how far it is to my house. Maps. Home. 634 or 634 kilometers. We might just make it, because it's been basically 100 kilometers per hour the whole way, but then the last hour or so, the last hour and a half, is 80, so that's a bit more eco, even in a diesel. So 1742, that's pretty much the same time I got back on my last trip in the e-niro, which was a fantastic trip for efficiency. I got 16.9 kilowatt hours per 100 efficiency. So okay, I did start an hour later today. Well, let's see. So there's not, like, I gotta say, there's not much in it between this van and the EV, but I'll tally up all the numbers at the end and costs and everything. So let's just crack on for now, see how we get on. Karsamaki Cheese Gateway, aka coffee, and what did I get last time? Oh, the jam tart. So it is coffee and jam tart time. There's the electric chargers. 50. Jesus, web Google navigation. I know what I'm doing. But no need to use chargers today.
In 50 meters, turn right toward Harbour TA Route 58. Take the next right toward Harbour TA Route 58, then turn left onto Harbour TA.
Okay, let's go grab a coffee. Got my coffee. Oh, super large coffee with cream. Everything's lactose free in Finland. I think everybody's lactose intolerant in this country. Everything is lactose free. The milk and the cream. Not that. Does lactose taste of anything? I can't tell the difference between lactose free and normal lactose included milk and cream, but just seems to be everything's a big deal. Lactose free, lactose free, lactose free. Anyway, they didn't have the cake stand out now because of Corona sort of, I wouldn't say kicking off, like it's still less than 1,000 cases per day, but Corona's the worst it's been in a year in Finland now, so things are kind of changing, which means the cake stand that you used to, use the prongs and get yourself a cake off the thing, that's not there. So couldn't get me tart this time, but got a bagel with chicken and bacon. Oh yeah. So I'll eat that. So I mean, I've been here for 10 minutes. Like when I do my road trip in the EV, I need just shy of an hour to charge in Jyväskylä, and then about 15 minutes somewhere else on this leg from that hotel that I've just started from to my house. I need to do just shy of an hour in Jyväskylä, and then about 10-15 minutes in Aura. It's not much faster in this diesel van. I mean, I'm doing the speed limit. I could be in a friggin' Ferrari Testarossa. I'd still be here at the exact same moment now because the speed limit's 100. Doesn't matter what I'm driving. I don't know why I said Ferrari Testarossa. You can tell I'm an 80s child. Porsche 911 Turbo and a Ferrari Testarossa and a Lamborghini Countach, or whatever you call it. They were my pin-up cars of the 80s. A red 911 Targa Turbo. Anyway, I'm going to continue. Update later. So I'm just passing McDonald's in Jyväskylä where I charge in the e-niro. No need to stop on this occasion, but to be honest, I could do the break, so I'm going to stop at some point for coffee and something to eat. Just a quick 10-minute stop. I can't go like 8 hours non-stop. It's insane. But there's the slip road. That's where I go up in the e-niro. Feels strange zooming straight past. we made it to Yamsa. Look at the snowmobiles here. This is like pretty far south. And there's got people snowmobiling. Cool. Okay, so steering wheel's in the way. I'll do an update in a bit. Why are there so many snowmobiles all in this place? Didn't know this place was a snowmobiling mecca. They're everywhere. Good to know. I can bring my snowmobile here when I'm not in Lapland. I'm gonna bring a snowmobile down south. So I've got one down south when it's a good winter like this. It looks like Yamsa is the place to be. Cool. Let's go park up and then run into Burger King. The stats are, we've done almost 1,000 kilometers now. We've done 992.5. Temperature now is 0 degrees. Still got the snow on the roof though. I bring Lapland snow to the south. Fuel consumption seems much better today than yesterday. I don't know because it's warmer or maybe like the snowy roads yesterday had an effect on consumption, but we're only just getting to half a tank and we've done almost 400 kilometers today. Done like 390 kilometers and we're only just at half a tank. So this is much better than yesterday fuel. So we got 267 kilometers to home and like half a tank. So we're gonna make it on this fuel. So only 2 fill-ups needed on the way down, which is good. I done some maths yesterday. The fuel consumption, oh my god, 12 litres per 100 in metric. In MPG, I hope you're sitting down, 22 miles to the gallon. 22 mile per gallon. That's UK gallons. UK, British miles per gallon, 22. That is shockingly bad. That is absolutely shocking. So, not great, but I think today I'll do the maths on this tank when we get back. I'll fill up when we get back and then I'll work out the MPG today. Get in my belly. Chicken truffle. Although the bag says tender crisp, but I don't know what the heck I got. And a large Coca-Cola. That'll do me. It's turning into quite a long break, this. Like, oh well, I'm gonna eat this and give an update. Okay, that was about 45 minutes. That stop. Clean the windscreen, went to the loo, ordered a Burger King, ate the burger, gonna eat the chips as I go. Got me Coke. So that was about the time it takes to charge the Niro here to get home. So we're on par now. Van and EV. Or are we? Because I would have had to done an hour in Jyväskylä. Now I think I'm still ahead in the van because I would have only just got here, but then I wouldn't need to charge. I would have ate in Jyväskylä, so I wouldn't need to stop here. Yeah, I'd say we're about on par. I'll do all the maths later. 267 kilometers to home. It says 3 hours 19 minutes and 6:30 p.m. we should be home. I think on the last trip I got home about 5:30 p.m. you know, when I got that video of the deers. I'll double check on that. So let's go. Feel good now after that 45-minute break. Even though I'm not in an EV, you need a break. Honestly, the human needs a break. It's just don't go mad doing 8 hours in one go. It's just not healthy. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. Okay, there is the Aura CCS charger that I always have to stop at. Up to this point, I've always had to stop there. It's -2, beautiful weather, perfect roads. So someday soon, I'm not gonna have to stop there in the e-niro. Right there. Because I think I would have got exceptional range today, possibly even better than my previous time. I got 16.9 kilowatt hours per 100. I bet today would have been like 16 dead. So it's still 46 kilometers to my house. So I didn't get that good range. I previously said today it's getting way better range. It isn't. Very similar to yesterday. What I figured out is the fuel gauge isn't linear. It hangs up, like at the top half, it stays up there for ages, and then the bottom half it moves faster. So it catches you out, like you're like, oh yeah, it's going down really slow. And then it goes faster. I've never really took so much notice of fuel gauges before, but now, like, I'm an EV, I'm obsessed with efficiency and consumption. Now I'm watching things way more closely. Probably looking at that guy going, what a maniac. And you'd be right, but this road is super wide and it's kind of like a suicide lane, so you can overtake even when cars are coming because the road is that wide. It's a bit sketchy, like. Because if someone's overtaken coming that way and then you're overtaken going that way, it's not going to end well for either of you. Pretty stupid design. It's dangerous. It's just a dangerous section of the road, this. I don't know why it's been like this for donkey's years as well. I don't know why they keep it like this. So many near misses on it. I don't know of any big accidents on it, but every time I come on it, I see near misses. to be the same one up near Oulu, but they've totally redone that and made it a really nice motorway with passing places now. And it used to be the same as this. It's been a nice drive. Let's do some summaries while it's still fresh in my memory. My biggest complaint about this drive is I swear to God, I'm probably going to get a blood clot and drop dead as you know, it feels like I'm on a long distance airline flight. My leg is killing me. I'm going to have deep vein thrombosis in this leg. There's no cruise control, so I've had to have my foot on the throttle for 2 days, and my leg is aching. How did they do it in the olden days before cruise control? So I've had to like stretch my right leg out there. It's been that painful at some points. I've had to stretch the right leg out and put my left foot on the throttle. It's not pleasant. But if you get out and stretch, that's why that again. This is the human is the limitation on these long drives. So if you get out and stretch every few hours, it's not so bad. But there's no way I could do mega long jaunts in this. Like, if you had cruise control, it would be much easier. So the time is 5 minutes to 6. We are 34 minutes away from my house in the south. So remember, I set off at 9:30. Dead. Time-wise, it feels dead similar to the e-niro. I'll crunch the numbers in a bit, but it feels to me no difference. Really, I do not feel any difference in time. Anyway, 35 kilometers to go. I'll put the hammer down because even if the fuel light comes on now, I've got enough. There's a garage not far from us, the petrol station. So I'll go there and fuel up. I know like a few people have commented that they want to drive to Scandinavia and Finland in the summer. So a little bit of advice: if you don't have winter tyres, if you've only got your normal sort of all-season tyres or your summer tyres, 1st of April is the earliest you want to get off the ship and start driving here, just in case. In the south, you're probably going to be all right. Like if you come from Sweden, you will get the car ferry to Turku, which is here. But this is Turku. This is my home city. So this is usually 1st of April. It's usually guaranteed to be dry, sunny, no snow, no ice. Same with Helsinki. But then if you're going up into Lapland, April can be well, early April can still be snowy up there. So you just gotta check the weather before you come. But if you're in like a caravan or a motorhome or camper van, whatever, you could just hang tight somewhere, you know, in southern Finland. If you get here and it's like this here now, it's nice here now, you're fine on your normal summer tyres now. And then if it's snowing in Lapland, you could just like sit it out a couple of days, because even the roads are pretty clear like this in Lapland now. And then mid-October is like the cut-off date, I would say. If you don't have winter tyres, you can start getting minus temperatures, and it can be a bit wet in October, so the rain will freeze and it's a bit slippery. So basically the 1st of April until middle of October, you're good to come in whatever vehicle you want. On a motorbike. I've done from here. I've done from here to Nordkapp in one day on my motorbike. It's called Iron Butt. Maybe some of you might be familiar with it. It's where you drive or ride 1,000 miles in one day. 1,000 miles in one day in a 24-hour period. It took me 23 hours. I got on my bike here, rode to Helsinki, went up the E75 the whole way north, crossed the border into Norway, and then it's like 6 hours up to Nordkapp then. I done that, took me 23 hours on me chopper, on me bobber. That was painful, that was a painful day. I love being on the road. I just love driving and riding and just being on the road. I should have been a truck driver. Well, I am a bus driver, so I'm not far off. Fuel light still has not come on. 14 kilometers to home. We have done 1,255 kilometers. Seen quite a few Tesla Model 3s on this journey. Not seen many other EVs. Not seen any I-Paces. I always keep an eye out for the I-Pace. One of my favourite cars, like. Not a single I-Pace was seen. A few Model S's, a few Model X's, quite a few Model 3s, and one or two e-niros. You know, weird trip this, like not many EVs. You normally see loads. But because I'm like driving out in the sticks, away from the cities, you don't tend to see EVs as much. You see a lot when you're in the towns and cities. Well, I say a lot. It's not that much. Still a bit in the dark ages, Finland, in terms of EVs. Oh, what a beautiful sunset. Here is the gateway to the archipelago. aka Padainen Bridge. There's a speed limit on it because it's fallen down. If you go over it too fast, you're a goner. Bridge will just fall over. So they've put speed limits on it. So I'm not even joking. That's true. Some of the, I think one of the cables in the suspension things has snapped. And it's going to take 5 years to build a new bridge. So we've got to put up with 5 years of going dead slow over the bridge. Or potentially dying every time you drive over it. Fuel light still hasn't come on. This is crazy. But I'm going to go and fuel up anyway. Surely it'll come on when we get up this hill. It's in that neck of the woods where it comes on.
600 meters, turn left onto Clough.
So that's my like road home up there. So we'll just go to the petty station a bit further. Okay, here is the petrol station. Fuel light hasn't come on yet, but it should be. It's that low. What pump do I want to use? I'm going to use the other one. I've got a trailer on, sticks out dead far. $1,271.3 kilometers to this petty station. So that's from the petrol station in Eniro to the petrol station in Padainen. The fuel light just come on, just ticking over at the fuel pump. Not even put fuel in it yet. That is great timing. Got a whole list bugger as well. 76 litres, €113. 148 a litre here. This is the cheapest out of everywhere. Okay, let's head home. Do some number crunching. Okay, we just pulled into the driveway. 1838. Whew, 1838. Okay, I've done some maths. Let's get down to the bottom of this. How long did it take in my green van to do? The total distance driven was it was from when I filled up in Eniro, the fill up I done, to the petrol station around the corner here. It was 1,271.3 kilometers. But I already done 31 kilometers from my sort of wilderness cabin to the fuel station in Eniro. So that I'm not including that 31 kilometers of fuel usage, because that was I was using previous fuel. So 1,271 kilometers. The total fuel that we used was 148.4 litres. The total fuel cost was €228. That's not so bad. Well, it's bad, but I was expecting worse, shall we say. The total trip time was 17 hours and 3 minutes. That's not including the hotel, because I don't usually include the hotel times in my sort of, because I stay at the hotel a while. I didn't leave till 9:30 in the morning. Other people leave at 6:30 or 7:30. So putting my hotel time in will change like the result. If you were to do this trip, You might not stay in a hotel as long as I do, so you will get different results. So what I'm including is just the trip, the driving, and breaks, like not the accommodation. So the total trip time, 17 hours and 3 minutes. So that's from driving from that's actually from the cottage, well, from the plot of land that I snowmobile from to. 17 hours, 3 minutes. That's including the stopping to get fuel, stopping for a hot dog in Rovaniemi, stopping for fuel in Ala Temes, or however you say it, Ala Thames I call it. Stopping for food in Yamse. So that's in all the fuel stops, all the food stops. 17 hours, 3 minutes. That's not bad, that. I'll be honest. That is not a bad time. And this is winter. Make note of that. This is all winter speed limits, winter conditions, winter temperatures. So this will differ in summer. Now, yeah, when I fueled up, when I left the hotel and the fuel light came on almost instantly, I had to go and fuel up. I was iced at the diesel pump. There was a motorhome in front, and I think they were making a cup of tea or something. They just filled up, and then they were in the motorhome for a while, and I was like, "Come on, people, you know." Eventually, they moved. So I was at the fuel pump like a good 5 minutes because of that. But I'm including it because this is real world. This is real world results. That happened, you know. I gave them an evil look when they pulled away. They were like, "Oh, sorry," like totally oblivious that people were waiting to fuel up. So in an EV, let's do the times, the day times. Let's split it into the 2 days. So day one, 7 hours 55 minutes. It took in the van from leaving the snowmobile plot to get into the hotel. It was 7 hours 55 minutes in this. How is that in an EV? How is that in my e-niro specifically? So I can take out the filling up in eniro, which took 5 minutes. The hot dog break I done, you know, the double hot dogs, the doppler dog. Don't need that in the EV because I eat when I charge. So I can take them out, 20 minutes. I don't need those stops when I'm in the EV. So that would put the driving time down to 7 hours 35 minutes. However, I need 2 charges to get from Carminen to Kempele. It's a distance of 619 kilometers. I need 2 stops in winter. And probably in summer. First stop in Sodankula's 30 kilowatt CCS charger. It's a slow charger, and because it's winter in an EV, I'm not getting the best efficiency. Getting quite good in the e-niro, but it's still minus 13, minus whatever, or minus 20, or in some cases minus 30. So again, remember, this is a winter test. In summer, it'll be totally different for both vehicles because this can do 120, the EV can do 120, but it won't cold gate. It'll charge faster. It'll be more efficient. So just bear in mind, this is winter only test. Don't assume it'll be the same in summer because it won't be. So I'll need 50 minutes charge in Sodankula. That's what I do because it's a 30 kilowatt CCS charger, so you have to be on it a while to get to Rovaniemi. And then when I'm in Rovaniemi, it's 50 kilowatt CCS charger. So then I do 50 minutes on that because I like to hammer it then to Kempele. I don't want to drive eco really if I can help it. I used to drive eco in I-Pace because that was very energy inefficient. But in the e-niro, I can do the speed limits plus 10% plus VAT, which I do. So I do a big charge in Rovaniemi because there's a lot of motorways after that, and you can do like 110, 115 the whole way. So that is 1 hour and 40 minutes charging time I need. On that day one, I would need 1 hour 40 minutes, which makes the trip 9 hours and 15 minutes. So day one, in this, 7 hours 55 minutes. Day one in the e-niro, 9 hours 15 minutes. Quite a difference there. It's that 30 kilowatt CCS charger that hurts. Well, it's just the charging infrastructure in Lapland is absolutely terrible. That's what's hurting. It's the cold temperatures and the lack of fast chargers. That's hurting the time on day one. So if I'd have set off at the same time in this van and in the e-niro, this van got to the hotel 25 minutes past midnight. The e-niro would have got there at 1:45 a.m. working out all these charge stops and that. 1:45 a.m. So that's a bit of a difference. Yeah, that I wouldn't have done that. But again, planning comes into it. I left at 4:30 p.m., which was too late. You know, you could just about make it in a fossil, but getting to the hotel at 1:45, that's too late. That screws me up. So in EV, planning is the key. So I wouldn't have left at 4:30 p.m. I would have left at midday. So then I would have got to the hotel way before midnight, even in the EV. So day one, fossil wins because of the crappy infrastructure and just the snowy roads and super cold temperatures. Hurts the EV. Still entirely possible in the EV, driving many hours in the Arctic. That's no problem, but it is a little bit slower than the fossil. Day two, things get closer. So I left the hotel at 9:30 a.m. and I got home here at 6:38 p.m. So it was 9 hours and 8 minutes in this day two. I stopped. So yeah, I done that fuel stop where the motorhome iced me for a few minutes. Then I had to have a big stop in Jämsä. Like the human is the limiting factor. So it was 9 hours and 8 minutes to my house. I couldn't have done that in one go. I needed to stop. I needed a sizable break. So that break in Jämsä, it was 36 minutes. I said in the video it was 45 minutes. It wasn't. I checked the times exactly. 36 minutes from when I pulled in and said, "Ooh, the snowmobiles," until I left. It was 36 minutes, which was reasonably fast. I'd done my Benny Hill window cleaning. Then I went to the toilet. Then I went to Burger King. But it all adds up. Walking to the service station, and it's just that was not a long stop. 36 minutes. If I'd have went in and sat down and had a meal, you're looking at 45 minutes or an hour. So that was quite a quick stop. That 36 minutes. So the previous day, I didn't stop that long for food. But if you'd have stopped for a meal, again, the times would have been closer with the EV because you have a meal when you're charging the EV. So day one would have been closer, but I didn't stop very long on day one. I just got my double hot dog and carried on. So I was on a mission on day one, which is why this was quite noticeably faster on day one. But day two, I was feeling it. I had to have a good 36 minutes stop, plus the 5 minutes fuel stop further up the road that I had to do. So that added up. So it was 9 hours and 8 minutes, day two in this. In the e-niro, when I do this, I don't need to stop for fuel. I don't have to stop for that fuel stop, so we can take those out. So I have to stop to charge for an hour in Uvascular at the McDonald's hypercharger. So I run in McDonald's and then I eat while I'm charging. And then 10 minutes an hour. So I only need 70 minutes charging on this leg because the roads are clear, no snow on the roads. Temperatures are better. It's normally like -5, -10. So if we take out the fuel stop and the Yamsa, the Burger King stop, it would take 8 hours 27 minutes of driving constantly. Add my charging time to that, which would be 1 hour 10 minutes. 9 hours 37 minutes. Flippin' heck, that's close. So in the van it was 9 hours 8 minutes. And in the e-niro it's 9 hours 37 minutes. So that's like 29 minutes. It's only 29 minutes longer in the e-niro. Wow, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things on a 9-hour drive. Over 9 hours drive, it's 29 minutes. Wow. So day 2, very close between Fossil and e-niro. And that is because there's fast chargers. The McDonald's charger, I start the day at 100% state of charge in Kempella at the hotel. I start with 100 with a full battery, so I don't need to stop and fuel like this. So there's no that's a good thing. You refuel while you sleep in an EV, so you're alleviating any fuel stops like that. So I start with 100%, which gets me to Uvascular, and then it's like a very fast charger. And also, I'm comparing with the e-niro. The e-niro is a slow charging EV. It is. There's no denying that. It charges pretty slow compared to other EVs that charges 100 kilowatts, 120 kilowatts, 150 kilowatts. The e-niro charges at about 60 at best. At best, it'll charge at 75, but in winter you don't see that because the battery's cold, so you can't get really good charging speeds on the e-niro in winter. I've tried. I've done these drives, like this drive. I've done it in the e-niro many times, and even after eight hours of driving in the e-niro, you plug into a rapid charger, you'll still cold gate. It just doesn't matter. The battery just loses heat when you're driving in minus temperatures. It doesn't matter how long you drive, it's gonna cold gate in winter. In Finland anyway, or Scandinavia. In winter in other countries, you're probably all right. So if you had an EV that charged faster, that day 2, 9 hours 8 minutes in this, 9 hours 37 minutes in the e-niro. You have a car, an EV that charges faster. That's going to be the same. That's going to be the same as the Fossil. If I could charge at 100 kilowatts, because then I could save, if I save 15 minutes at each charge stop, that's it. That's that. I've made the same time as that. In fact, I beat it by 1 minute. So if I save 15 minutes at one charge stop and 14 minutes at another, it's the same. So if I was in like a Porsche Taycan, which can charge at like 270 kilowatts, that would be faster than that. That would win. EV would win. Fossil. But as it is, I'm in the e-niro, which charges dead slow. When this EV6 comes out that has 800 volt charging, I will beat this then, because that will charge as fast as a Taycan. I think it says, 10 to 80% in like 15 minutes or something. Woo-hoo, that's going to be nice. So next year, the new Kia electric vehicle is coming out, and I'm going to get one. Going to swap the e-niro for one. And that is a game changer. So that will be faster than the Fossil. So the cost in an EV, so the total cost in this was 228 euros. The cost in an EV is less than 50. So, okay, it might take a little bit longer in the EV in winter, but you're saving 170 euros you're saving. Oh. So would you rather get there like an hour later or half an hour later and save 170 euros? I know I would. And you're saving more than that because I've just put like 1,300 kilometers on. So now that's getting closer to service. It takes about 10 liters of oil plus filters. Yeah, you know. So the EV doesn't need servicing. All the ice is slowly melting off the top. So the EV doesn't need servicing. So that, you know, that is getting closer to the service on that, which is going to cost a couple €100. So you got to sort of factor that into the price with your fossil car as well. With an EV, you don't. The only thing that needs servicing on an EV is the cabin filter, the pollen filter, and the brake fluid. You should replace that every now and again because the brakes barely get used in an EV. So you want to keep your brake fluid really fresh so no moisture can get in and start rusting your brake calipers, the piston on your brake caliper. You don't want to get that can start rusting because your piston and your brake caliper, it's never getting used, you know, so it's never getting lubricated and getting fresh brake fluid on it. It's just whenever you press, even when you press the brake in your EV, the electric motor does the regen. So only if you do an emergency stop in the EV, the actual brakes will work. So you're very, very little use on the actual brakes. So that's that. You do need to sort of replace the brake fluid every couple of years, every 2 years, I would say, which isn't much. That doesn't cost much. I think it's 76 euros for the service on the e-niro, brake fluid and cabin filter. That's it. Every 2 years for the next forever. So it's dead cheap to run an EV. So that's it. Fossil wins in time in winter. I'm going to do the same test again in a couple weeks. The speed limits change to summer speed limits. I'm going to do the same test. Perhaps because my e-niro is still in Lapland now. I've just driven down in this. I don't know how I'm going to get the e-niro back. I didn't even think about that. So I've got to somehow get to Lapland to get the e-niro and then drive down again from Carminen, where I started in this. I've got to come back in the e-niro. So that's probably going to be in a couple of weeks' time when the speed limits, summer speed limits then. So I can do 120 plus 10% plus VAT. So I can do like 130 on the motorways and stuff. So that's going to be a big time saver. We're still the tail end of winter now, but the temperatures are getting good. The roads are totally clear, the whole country now. So efficiency should be pretty good. Still got the winter tyres on. It would be nice to put the summer tyres on. But the summer tyres are here and the car's 1,300 kilometres away. So I'll do the same test in a couple of weeks' time. It'd be interesting to see. Now we have a baseline figure. However, with the van, I was pulling a trailer, which is 100 kilometres per hour top speed. In summer, in a fossil car, I would be doing 120 in a fossil car. So that would get a little bit faster as well. Yeah. So fossil wins on time, but not much in it, you know. And you still need brakes. I was gunning it, like, and I didn't stop often. If you were in the car with family, with children, you would need to stop more often, even in a diesel car. So then it would probably be much closer. Because it was just me and I'm like a robot driving, I done that quite fast. Just like a few little hot dog stops, you know. Okay, I hope you found this video interesting. Let me know any comments below, any thoughts or ideas you have for any other tests you would like to see, or suggestions for videos, whatever. I enjoyed making this test. I enjoy making these videos. I'm not doing it because I want to be a YouTuber. I'm doing it because I am enjoying doing it. So I'll keep doing it while while I keep enjoying it. So any suggestions you have, if you want to see other stuff, let me know. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.